Hey, good morning, church. Happy New Year. Hope you had an amazing Christmas. And for those of you who are up bright and early this New Year's morning, good morning. For those of you who are watching this later and you slept in, good afternoon. Happy New Year. Either way, I'm glad that you're here. If you are on live, go ahead and put in the chat. Just greet one another in the chat right now. But I hope you're having a great day today. It's going to be an exciting time as we call this Vision Sunday, as we look back to what God has done in our life, and then we look forward to this year, a new, fresh year in what opportunities God has for us as a church. You know, in 2022, as I was looking back through it, I knew that we were a blessed church. Oh my goodness, God showed up in big, big ways for our church. He blessed, He moved, we saw miracles, we saw God do things that only He can do in 2022. And we're going to talk through a few of them. I wanted to read 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 6. It says, I planted the seed in your hearts, and Apollos watered it, but it was God who made it grow. And that's the absolute key to what's happened at Desert Rock Church. We plant, we water, and God gives an increase. God gives an increase of faith. God gives an increase in attendance. God gives an increase in your life. And, you know, I hope that you see God moving not only in our church's life, but also in your life personally. He is definitely on the move. When we ended last year, we were an outdoor church coming into the Christmas season. We were having church outside. And for those of you who were there, wow, what a challenge that was. And we moved into this new facility. We moved into our new building just in time for Christmas Eve services. And it was special. What a special moment it was. What a special services that we had. We had 577 people on campus that Christmas Eve, where we got to grand open this building. It was an absolute blast. And you know, it was a great kickoff to this new year, to 2022, a new year, past the COVID restrictions, past all that junk, a new year where we could really do what a church should do to be a blessing to their community. And so as we dove into the year, we celebrated records on top of records. So first of all, we baptized a record number of people. 47 people were baptized in our services. 11 of them were in a prison that we went to, thanks to Chaplain Naomi Woods' ministry, and we got to go baptize there. But also in the fall, we had 18 in one service, which was a record for one service as well. God really just moved in the lives of people. We remember back to summer camp in the summer where 23 teens went to camp and had life change and great moments there. We had 55 kids in VBS, 55 on campus for our first kids jam, we called it. Our first kids jam, we had 55 kids, and they had a ton of fun all over the campus. We can't wait to see what this year brings in both of those. Our life groups doubled. Our classes, we had more classes this year than we've ever had in the history of our church, and many of you took part in those classes of growing your faith, learning more about Jesus, and growing closer to Him. We doubled those life groups this year. We look to add more and more. They already have on docket adding more life groups this year that will be available to you to join. It's going to be an exciting time. But the other thing is, we look back, we built this building. We built this building, but we also we got it done about the summertime. We built the kids wing. So we got to add to our building an entire kids wing where we kicked off our preschool, and our preschool doubled in size over that period of time. They're running over 40 kids that are now enrolled in our preschool, and they're doing an amazing job. Miss Lisa and her staff are killing it in our preschool. They're doing an amazing job, having tons of fun. We also use that kids wing on Sundays too, where we have seen attendance double or triple in some classes. Just amazing growth in our kids ministry. We get to hear all the time about how the kids love it from the community, that they love what's going on here at Desert Rock Kids. And we are so excited. The future is bright for the next generation. And I thank God for Miss Tina and her whole team that as they dove in to make kids really a special environment every single Sunday morning. We hired Alec. Alec Williams is our new youth director, and man, he has hit the ground running. Teens have gone, I think he had 50 the other night. Teens are exploding. And so I'm just so excited about the next generation and what we've been able to do this year. God has really opened up heaven and poured out blessings on our life in all these ministries. The kids ministry is growing, the teen ministry is growing, and they're really having an impact for Jesus. You know, in attendance we grew. You know, Biola University put out a statistic where it said a good church grows 6 to 8% in a year. And an incredible growth for a church would be 16 to 20% in 1 year. And I'm going to tell you, I was shocked when I went back and we looked at the average attendance from last year, 2021, to 2022 was 60% growth. We had a 60% growth. Give a shout in the chat for that, right? 60% growth, which means every single one of those people are a soul, and we're having an impact in their family and in their life. And I'm so excited for how God is using you and your gifts and your talents to reach our community. That's truly what it's all about. You volunteering, you serving, you giving of your time and your talents and investing in what God is doing here is bringing out our community. They're finding out that there's a church out here in the middle of the desert that's on fire for Jesus Christ. They're finding out that there's a place where they feel welcomed and their kids can have a blast, where their teens can make life choices that will set the trajectory of their life for Jesus Christ. So excited about what's going on here. What an amazing year. You know, enough of me talking about this. We've got an awesome video to just capture some of the highlights of all that Jesus has been doing on our campus. Check this out. Hey, wasn't that a blast? Man, that 20s night, that was our rock fest that we had our volunteer celebration. We just wanted to celebrate all the people that volunteer around Desert Rock. It was a blast. You don't want to miss out on those kind of things, man. What fun we had. It was just a great year. As we just think back to how God is blessed and how much fun we had, all the water slides, all the events that we've had on campus, just so fun to think back and remember. But now as we look forward to 23 is going to be amazing. There's going to be a few things that I can tell you that we're actually going to accomplish next year. One is we're going to build a new youth building. We had a steel structure donated, and so we're going to build a new youth building. The plans are almost ready to submit to the city, and we're really, really excited about that. That will also allow us to kick off a new ministry. We're going to kick off a food bank ministry. So we're really, really looking forward to that. We've got some donated freezers, and we're really excited about what we'll be able to do to help the hurting and the needy in our area. We want to be a light in this community and a place where they can find help. And so I'm really excited about that this year. We're also going to build a new shade structure just outside the lobby where it will be over the entire courtyard. So that's going to be really good in the summer. So it's not just smoking hot when you step outside, but it'll give us a lot of area where we can stand out there and watch football on the screen and just be in the shade. It's going to make life a lot better. You know, we're going to just keep rocking Florence with the love of Christ. It's one of our sayings. We're going to rock Florence with the love of Christ. There's nothing more powerful than the love that we find in Jesus Christ, his healing, forgiveness, and the life that he gives us. And we're going to do our best to provide a home, a spiritual home to the people in our community to come and worship Jesus and to learn about him and to grow in faith. We're looking for 23 is going to be a rocking year for us. Matter of fact, 1 Peter 1:3 says this: all praise be to God, the Father of our Lord Jesus Christ. It is by his great mercy that we have been born again, because God raised Jesus from the dead. Now we live with great expectation. You got to get excited when you read those words. I have great expectation for this year. I have great expectation for what God's going to do in every single one of our ministries. And I've got great expectation for what God's going to do in your family. He's going to make a big difference in your family if you'll let him. If you'll let him have his way in your life, he will do great and mighty works in your life. I know it. And so we just thank God for this opportunity. Happy New Year. We'll be live next Sunday on campus. We'll see you then.